Hello and welcome to this course, which is Power Virtual Agents Basics. I'm your course leader. My name is Tony Brooks. I'm a consultant and founder here at Futurability. I host the Inner Day workshops that we run, and I'll be taking you through the content that we've got for you today. Before we start, what I would like to do is just show you a very quick video about outlining what are Power Virtual Agents? What is the product all about?
By now, you've probably heard of virtual agents, those amazing little bots that have, virtually transformed customer service. But have you heard of Power Virtual Agents? They're new from Microsoft. And what makes them so powerful, you ask? Well, they're even easier to use for all kinds of things beyond just customer service. You can use them for HR, sales, any domain or channel imaginable. Virtually anywhere you want to engage customers. On the web, Skype, Facebook, Power Apps, you name it. You can build a Power Virtual Agent for that. They're super easy to build too. Anyone can do it. There's no code to get started, no AI expertise needed, and you can be up and running in minutes. But if you want to add code or, say, some more complex capabilities, Microsoft's Cognitive Services and Bot Framework is just a few clicks away, so you can go as deep as you like. And because they're already integrated with Microsoft's Power Platform, you can use hundreds of pre-built connectors, so your bot can talk to your back-end systems with just a few clicks, or easily add capabilities, like using Microsoft Power Automate to call an API. Lastly, they're powerfully smart, learning every day, and using AI to suggest new topics to build as users interact with it. So, ready to make your own Power Virtual Agent? Just head on over to aka.ms/trypva and try it, free for a limited time, and unlock what's next.
So we're going to go through Power Virtual Agents today in this workshop. And just to give you a background for this particular workshop, the content here is built upon Power Virtual Agents Inner Day workshop that is available on, you can download the content of this online and get the files for it and things, and we'll talk you through that in the setup section. It's offered by Microsoft, it's out there, it's freely available, and Futurability, we host these live events as well as have this recording available to you in the Academy. So that's the background. It is a publicly available course, and this course is designed to guide you through that content that is freely downloadable and available to you. So why chatbots? So Power Virtual Agents exist to create these conversational chatbots at scale, really, to improve support at scale. I don't know about yourself, but I actually prefer chatting with a chatbot. I guess the worst service that I have is with those interactive voice menus that you get, where you press 1 for this, or speak in just a few words. Tell me, no, I much prefer to speak to someone with text. I also have an issue with my accent, so apologies for people that if I speak too fast or something like that. But certainly my accent, chatting to humans, sometimes I have to, really like explaining spellings and things like that. It can get a bit tiresome. I find chat much easier. Copy and pasting, reference numbers, that kind of thing. It's much easier. And it's about responding rapidly to both customers and employees at scale, and doing it with no coding. And that's what Power Virtual Agents is about. It's part of the Power Platform. If you are doing this course as part of the Academy, you are no doubt aware of Power Platform. So I won't go through each of these things. You can read on screen what they're all about. But what I will say is one thing about Power Virtual Agents is in this course we will do obviously Power Virtual Agents. We'll do a little bit of Power Automate. AI Builder we can take as given because it's the AI that is used to determine the intent of the person who is interacting with the chatbot. That uses a lot of NLP and AI. You can deploy Power Virtual Agents through to portals. You can leverage data connectors through Power Automate and do anything across anything that Power Automate can do. You can do through Power Virtual Agents. So it really does extend things out. Power Platform is a low-code platform. It's also it's actually a low-code and a no-code platform. So No code meaning point and click, drag and drop. You don't need to know any code whatsoever, just point and click. Whereas low code, you need to know a little bit of coding. So I think things like Power BI, you need to know a bit of DAX, which is the reporting language. In Power Apps, you might need to code up some functions, or in Power Automate, you might need to do a bit of expressions and actually do a little bit of code. So that's low code. For me, Power Virtual Agents is the most no code. In fact, it is probably the only no code of the whole. AI Builder probably as well is very no code. But certainly Power Virtual Agents is the most no code of the four. You don't need any code whatsoever, and you'll see as we're going through that how that works. The opportunity that we have is, I think especially in the past couple of years, people working remotely and people wanting to do things remotely, people want quick personal support. They want a fast experience, and this has been proven in many surveys, and in fact your own experience will tell you that as well. There's a strong demand for these chatbots, integral part of every industry, expected to reach $15.7 billion US by 2024. That was in a Deloitte study of 2019. But there's a skills gap, and especially in IT, and in fact this is why we've built the Academy, this is why low-code platforms exist in the first place. There is a moderate to extreme skills gap as a barrier to companies realizing their AI aspirations, or to kind of often overused phrase, digital transformation. There's a gap, a skills gap in being able to enable that. So Power Virtual Agents is aimed at that gap. The challenges that companies are trying to meet through digital transformation or through implementing technology such as chatbots: convey consistent messaging, standardized answers, standard documentation, communicate across different channels, different social media channels, intranets, portals, even voice is coming soon to PVA. Being able to answer on first response, on the first question, being able to get to respond straight away. And of course, there's a shortage of gaps, so these low-code platforms being able to plug those gaps. And of course, as soon as you can plug those gaps, then the time and resource and budget constraints fall away, because you've got more people that can actually have these skills. And also because it's cloud delivered with a very competitive pricing model, it's not as expensive as it certainly used to be. There are, of course, some core opportunities to build bots, mainly around customer service and HR. You want to be able to deploy them anywhere, and it's about creating these conversations with users. When you're looking at business to customer, or indeed business to business, addressing the core business requests, so the things that often get emailed or asked, or even in the delivery of the product itself, being able to address those, and providing that experience. And of course, business to employee, HR challenges, just simple HR onboarding processes, lots of opportunities for building bots for all these different types of scenarios. So if we understand that bots are a good way of delivering some of these, meeting these challenges and delivering some of these opportunities, why choose Power Virtual Agents? What is the benefit of Power Virtual Agents over any others? Well, first there's usability. The no-code editor you'll see today, super easy to use. Also familiarity I'd put in this same bucket. If you use any of the Power Platform, you understand some of the core concepts here around solutions and Power Automate and things like that. Really useful. The ability to reuse existing content. If you create a really good topic on something, then you can reuse that and you can redirect that and use that in many different chatbots. Similarly, if you've got existing FAQs on websites, we'll see how we can import some of those to generate topics for your bot. And it's easy to deploy channels in a couple of clicks. Productivity. The bot is self-learning, so the AI gets better over time in terms of topics and analytics. You can really train it on how to do things. But I think another key key part of productivity here is that, this course that you're doing here on the academy, it will take a few hours out of your time, but by the end of it, you will have a solid understanding of how to use it. So in terms of getting your head around a very, quite an advanced technology, it's really easy. So in terms of getting to productivity, for a few hours investment, you can get to productivity straight away without having to worry about the plumbing of doing that. And in fact, in this course, what we're going to do is we're going to do some hands-on labs first, and a lot of the content in the latter part of the course is actually around theory of topic design and conversational chat design and that kind of thing, because it's all around the planning and just getting used to implementing these things. But getting to productivity is really quick. Extensibility, it is part of Power Platform. It has these pre-built connectors that you can leverage straight away. It's all built on cloud, so it's infinitely scalable to a point. I mean, infinitely in terms of, you know what I mean? Massively scalable is a better word. Massively scalable. But not only in terms of scalability technology-wise, but there is an ecosystem of partners, of consultants, of certifications. So we offer certification courses on the Power Platform, and you can get these certifications or you can find employees that have these certifications and bring them onto the team. So it's scalable. Sorry, I haven't changed the thing. It's scalable in terms of technology, but also in terms of resourcing that the skills needed to build these things. And just on that skills thing, we're seeing the rise of these things called fusion teams, which are a blend of subject matter experts, citizen developers that know the product pretty well and are quite technical, and then professional developers. And these fusion teams work together to build out the solutions. Anyone can learn the basics, can do this course, and once they've done the course, they've got a handle on that they can learn but also do the basics. And then teams like this with the citizen developer, sort of moderate technology, subject matter expert with a lot of knowledge about the actual core thing that they're doing, and then professional developers to make it extensible. It's really, really powerful. If you look at how a life cycle typically goes when we're building out a Power Virtual Agent solution, we log in, we create a bot. You can then feed it some starter topics by pointing it at FAQs or uploading a document that's got FAQs in it. So you can point at those and build starter topics. You then create your own topics with slot extraction variables, and we'll go through some of this in the course. You can integrate. So once you've done those and got the topics, if then you need to integrate and do some jobs based on the results of the chat, you can go off and do that using Power Automate. You can extend the bot if Power Automate, if the user interface that's always getting better on Power Virtual Agents, if you need to extend it for more complex scenarios, you can use something called Bot Framework, which is a Bot Framework Composer, which is a product you can use to extend bots out. You then publish the bot out to various channels, and then you monitor performance and improve it, and then you can keep going around that cycle. And it's on a very strong foundation. So we've mentioned before that Power Virtual Agent is there at the top of the triangle. That's built on the Power Platform, has access to all of these custom connectors and different products within the Power Platform. But Power Virtual Agents itself is built on Azure technology, the Microsoft Bot Framework, which is, as I say, you've got this Bot Framework Composer that you can edit and create bots, so you can extend it further if you need to. Also, you can integrate with Azure and cognitive services to extend it even further, so that it's built upon a very strong foundation of services that do all of the plumbing work. They do all of the stuff that make Power Virtual Agents happen. But Power Virtual Agents, the tip of the iceberg, it really is about that fast ability to get a bot up and running, and then when you need to, you can dip into things like Power Platform, Bot Framework, and even Azure if you need to go and do the more complex things. But you should be able to do a lot of common business scenarios in the top part there in Virtual Agents and Power Platform. So that's an intro to the product. We have covered a little bit around how Power Virtual Agents are helping support industry's change and industry's evolution. It is designed for multiple personas, that citizen developer, the subject matter expert, and the pro developer, that allow to create these customer-focused, connected and extensible bots that develops on the Microsoft Bot Framework. That's the intro to the product and a little bit to the course. In the next section, we're going to go through and set up your environment for the training. You don't need to download any software for this, so you can go ahead and go to that next lab, and we'll guide you through signing up for a trial, a 30-day trial that you can then do the rest of the training and the labs in that trial environment. See you there.